BuzzCity is here today with FadaDance, with Heather and Fran and Misty. And we're talking about an upcoming event at the Globe Theatre called House of Three. Heather, could you tell us when that event will be mounted?
Yeah, you bet. The show opens on a Thursday evening, the 19th of April. And it runs for 2 weeks, so it closes on April 28th.
That's a good run.
Yeah.
Now, when you say House of Three, I'm assuming that it is the three of you who are performing, and you're in rehearsal for it now. How long a performance is it?
I'd say, well, it's not finished yet. It's in process. But roughly, we're thinking it'll be about a 45-minute show.
Is there a thematic element to this? Have you determined that so far?
Yeah, I mean, especially at this stage in the process, there's a few different themes that have been driving it, and I'm sure they will come together and marry each other happily. One of the driving forces was the fact that there are three of us, and it's this inescapable reality that whenever we're working on anything, it's three. Three is this element that keeps coming back. So we started doing some research about the power of the number three, and some really interesting things came up. My personal favorite were the three fates in Greek history. And so that would be the three people that cut the thread of your life, and that measure the thread of your life, and that originally weave the thread of life. So that's, for example, like one little tidbit that we've been playing with. But there's other themes in there.
Or we're looking at home, the concept of home, and symbolically what the home means. Not only like the house you live in, the physical space, but the things in the home, and also the body as home. So that's another theme or arena we're playing within. And kind of off that is about with the exquisite of the body. Maybe Fran.
Playing around with sometimes just what we take for granted, the mundanity of being in your house, and sometimes even the mundanity of being in the body. And so looking at we've been studying our own habits within the home and within our bodies, and then taking it just from habit and finding and getting in touch again with the exquisite. So the exquisite aspects of our home and the exquisite aspects of our bodies, which has been quite surprising in a lot of the uncovering of what that is. You think you know the body, and then you get into a phrase of movement, and what I love is that the three of us, we work really beautifully, really cohesively together, but there is a definite style that each of us have. So more than discovering things in what I create, I discover more in my own body when I'm dancing something that Heather or Misty have created, and it's like speaking another language. Your body has to learn the small details and a new way of being that my body, it might not be its natural language, and so it's nice. It's like interpreting someone else's language.
So you all have different backgrounds in dance, is that what I'm hearing?
Oh, yeah.
Does that mean that you've trained in different ways or pursued different genres of dance? Do you get a synthesis then? Is that what you're finding when you get together?
Yeah, I think it's what makes it so interesting. And I think it's also what helps us not take ourselves so seriously, because you know your way isn't the right way, it's just a way. And so when we come together, it's just, we really like honor each other's dance history and what you bring to the table.
There's sort of this idea with modern or contemporary dance that you often don't get it, and that's something that we talk a lot about, that people sort of sometimes shy away from it because they feel like they don't understand or they don't have a language to understand it. We did a show at the Globe Theatre a few years back called A Spoon We Are Not, and it was really interesting to hear people's responses to it, because we had a really diverse audience come to it, from young people that we teach to patrons of the Globe, and so you'd hear information back, and it was really nice to hear when people were just okay, like, I got it, or this is what I got from it, that it doesn't need to be what we're getting from it, and that there doesn't have to be an explained narrative all the way through. I find that really interesting, that like if you saw I don't know, a lot of other forms of dance, like a tango or something, you wouldn't feel like you had to get it. So you can also just enjoy it for what it is, which is bodies moving in that time and space, and not really worry about the rest of it. But it's interesting to hear people's different narratives or responses to it, and they're so varied, and I think that's great.
I think it's something we also take into consideration when we're creating, is that we don't want to alienate an audience. And we've done a lot of our work in festival settings with people who aren't exposed to dance, people who wouldn't otherwise buy a ticket, say, to a dance show, and they're exposed, and it moves something in them. And I think we really enjoy selecting interesting music, and we really enjoy not having a solid story, but having a sort of umbrella of a narrative, and then it is really open to interpretation. So there's room for a story to unfold if somebody wants a story, and there's also room just to enjoy if you just want to enjoy, as Misty said.
This is part of the Shumiacher Sandbox series at the Globe Theatre. And what are the dates again?
April 19th to April 28th.
And tickets are available through the Globe?
You bet.
Are they available through FadaDance as well?
No, you need to go through the Globe, and you can just call them or go to their website.
For more information?
Yeah, and to even get the tickets, you can buy them online.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.